How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build that positive mindset. My name is Henry, and I'm so thankful to have each and every one of you here today because in this episode, we're going to talk about finding your positive purpose. If you feel lost, if you feel like you don't have the direction in your life, this is the episode for you because we're going to talk about not only how to find it, but experience it quickly. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So pick a word. It could be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say this word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. All right, well, we're going to take another deep breath. This one's about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive perspective. So I just want you to imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. Well, I'm excited about this message because it's simple. It's simple, but yet powerful. And it's all about perspective. So your perspective on this life is extremely important. We think that the world is as it is and that we're experiencing this thing that is just factual. But the world is not as it is. The world is as we are. Meaning how we perceive the world actually affects how we experience it because your perception is your reception. As you're able to see, you will receive. Again, the world is not as it is as you are. This is why perspective is so important. And the perspective that we're going to talk about today is simple and powerful. Now, I want you to imagine or understand or believe that you are both an observer and a creator. You create what you observe. I'm sure you've heard what you focus on expands. It's that same principle. You are going to create what it is that you are observing. You have control of your observation power. The creation part of you is always on. It's always creating. You can't turn it off. You can't move it. It creates what you observe. So paying attention to what you're observing is key to changing the experience that you're going to create for yourself. So imagine this. Imagine that there's God, there's love, there's the highest frequency there is. It's the universe, it's whatever you want to call it. What's the is, the great I am. And you want to be in that. You feel like you're from that. You want to go back to that. So you're this being and you're looking for ways to become this high frequency. Well, there's an opportunity for you. It's called Earth School. When you go to Earth School, you get to learn. It's a school. You get to learn how to focus on God, on the highest frequency, love, the universe. Because what you focus on or what you observe, you create. Remember, you're the observer and creator. But you've never done it before. You're this spirit, you're this energy. You've been doing these other experiences, but you've never come to Earth School. So it's your first time. Your first time in Earth School, your life is going to be that of someone that needs an easy path. Because the goal is to focus on God, the universe, the things that aren't in the material. The goal is to focus on them, be consumed by them, turn to them always, despite the distraction of the world. And then you will create that same love, that same godliness, that same power of the universe forward, because you're observer and creator. And we're trying to expand the love frequency because we can be in it. We're trying to expand it. So your first life would be an easy one. But you wouldn't grow that much in the easy one. So you got to do it again and again. And each time it becomes more and more difficult. But it's the exact amount of difficulty you need to grow. So the life you're experiencing is a life that's for you, because it's for you because the difficulty in focusing on love, on God within. That's why your challenge is your challenge and cannot be compared to anyone else's. Because we're all on different paths. It's the same journey, but different paths. We have to be. If everything's expanding always, we need every energy, every being, every soul doing it in their unique way. Because it's not just expanding in the way that you're going. It's not just expanding in the way I'm going. It's expanding in all ways. So imagine that as your purpose. Take that perspective. That you are here trying to get to there. Meaning here is your current state. There is heaven, God, universe, love, whatever frequency you want to call it. That's where you want to go. Well, your opportunity to go that is to be incarnated here in Earth School. Go through the life lessons, maintain your focus on God, try to create that in your experience with you, and then die. Once that life's over, you've expanded a little bit more. You've moved your frequency, you've changed it a little bit. But now you need to go through more resistance. You need to do it again. Imagine going to the gym, and we're going to use the bench press as an example. You go to the gym, and you've never really done anything like this before, but you're going to try the bench press. So you get down there and you take the bar off and you just bench press the bar. So you're doing 45 pounds. And you're able to do it for like 5 or 6 times and you're racking it. Ooh, that was tough. Well, that was working out. But now somebody else that's been training for 20 years comes in and they're going to bench press. They're going to bench press a lot more weight. So let's say they bench press 500 pounds. They're very strong. The workout was the same. You see, the difficulty in you doing that bar and the difficulty in them doing the 500 pounds is the same. What's different is who you have to become to get there. So this first life that you have, the difficulty, it's hard, but it's going to get harder each time. But it's the same level of difficulty because you're not the same each time you show up. You come back stronger in faith. Stronger in that frequency. That's how it works. So it's all happening for you. You just have to choose to see it. You are the one for this journey. You are the one to go through these difficulties. You are the one to bring what needs to be on the other side through this path. And you know it. That's why you're looking. Think about how many people that struggle with what you struggle with, that you know are struggling, maybe even struggling more. But they operate like every day is okay. They're not working on themselves. They're not doing self-reflection. They're not exercising. They're not doing the things to empower themselves. They're just continuing on as is. But for some reason, you can't do that anymore. You're called to make a change. So you find yourself listening to these podcasts, doing healthy activities for yourself because there's a calling pulling you to be the shift. And you don't know what your shift, how it will impact those around you. So maybe they need you to have your calling so that they can have theirs. Listen to it. You're here for a reason. It's not to give up. It's not to think that this is too hard. It's not to think that this is too out there. Your mission is to get back to that source. And no matter what, stay focused on it so that you can become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a different perspective on whatever it is that you're going through. This one was a lot of fun for me. I really resonate with the message, and I hope that you do too. I hope you put this to practice so that you can see how simple you can move forward and really level yourself up. If you want to make sure you can follow me on, or if you don't want to miss any episodes, or if you don't want to miss any content or any conversations or posts or anything I put out, follow me on social media. There's my links down below, Instagram and what else do I have on there? TikTok. Those are the two main ones that you can follow me on. I'm more active on Instagram, so feel free to shoot me a message. I will get back to you as soon as I can. I really appreciate all those messages. They mean the world to me. And we're going to finish with a final deep breath. We're going to align ourselves on a single frequency so that way we can move forward. And that frequency is going to be openness. So we can move forward and be open to the possibilities, open to the goodness that we can receive, open to everything that's ready to serve you. So when you take a deep breath in, say openness, openness, openness. Really visualize that in your view. And as you're holding your breath, I'm going to speak some positive words around openness. Allow them to go within you. Allow what doesn't resonate with you anymore to leave you as we take a final deep breath and go into the day. So let's go ahead and take that final deep breath in. I am open to all. Abundance and openness in everything. I see what's available to me and I'm ready to receive it. I am openness. And exhale.